A very good evening to everyone present here. It is truly a matter of immense pride and joy for me to welcome you all to this very insightful 86th online interactive session, which is also the 65th Leadership Development Program by Corporate Mentor. I extend my heartfelt greetings to the esteemed honorable guest speaker for the day, Mr. Sandeep Maharia, sir, respected honorable chairman, sir, BP Singh, sir, in absentia, honorable senior professor Ajay Kumar Singh, sir, Honorable Director of the College, Professor Dr. Mahesh Sarma, sir, respected Registrar Dr. R.S. Singh, sir, respected faculty members, and my dear fellow students. I, Tanisha, a proud student of BCA second year, batch 2024 to 2028 at DSPSR, feel deeply honored to stand before you today. DSPSR has always been committed to academic excellence, industry integration, and holistic student development, and today's session is another wonderful step in this direction. To commence this session on an auspicious note, let us now take part in the symbolic ritual of lighting the lamp. This act represents the removal of darkness and us sharing in of wisdom and enlightenment. May this flame of knowledge guide us towards clarity, confidence, success in the days ahead. Now, I kindly request Arun sir to play the virtual lamp lighting video.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा शुभं भवतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते।
It is my great honor to welcome our distinguished speaker for today, Mr. Sandeep Maharia, sir, Vice President of Engineering and India Site Leader at Auditoria.ai. Sir has been the forefront of developing AI-powered automation solutions that are revolutionizing finance, accounting, and procurement functions for enterprises worldwide. At Auditoria.ai, he leads teams building advanced AI applications that leverage generative AI, large language models, NLP, agentic AI to streamline operations and improve decision making. Sir, your journey from India to becoming a global leader in AI driven innovation is truly inspirational for all students. You embody the values of excellence, innovation, and leadership that we aspire to achieve in our careers. On behalf of DSPSR, I warmly welcome you, Mr. Sandeep Maharia, sir, and we look forward to learning from your wisdom and experience today.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Tanisha, for the introduction. And I'm really, I would say, privileged and very much honored to be here. And I express all my gratitude towards the DSPSR school staff, as well as the chairman, sir, and the director, sir. And looking forward to have a good interactive session today.
We are equally privileged to have as our moderator today Ms. Aditi Devari, a dedicated BCom honors student at DSPSR. She is an ambitious and motivated fresher with a strong academic foundation in accounting, finance, and business studies. She has also earned recognition in academics, including a silver medal in Maths Olympiad. On behalf of DSPSR, I warmly welcome you, Ms. Aditi, and we are delighted to have you moderate today's interactive session.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome, Ms. Tanisha. So, we are truly honored to have you, Mr. Sandeep Mahira, sir, for the 86th online interactive session. I must say, your session will going to be very interactive, not only for students, but for for everyone audience present here. To make this session more attractive and beneficial for our students, I would like to ask you, sir, some questions focused on student development and career growth opportunities. Shall I ask, sir?
So,
So, sir, before going to further questions, I would like to know, like, what inspired you to choose a career in technology and AI-driven model?
So, yeah, it's a great question. Okay, so it started long ago, right? When I was a student in school, I was really good at maths and science. And then that passion helped me pursue my engineering degree. And then post-engineering, when I was looking for post-graduation, when I was in IIT Kharagpur, there the at that time when I was graduating in 1999 and the year 2000, which was also called as Y2K. All of my batchmates, we were all getting recruited or getting placed into the IT company. So that's how I started my technology journey, because being into the technology world, uh, eventually this was the destination to be part of a really a solid technical organization. And then I started in the year 2000, and from there I was like kind of into all along in the last 25 plus years into the product development and the technology space, solving problems of the real world problem. And eventually what happened that as I progress in my career, the passion and hunger for more and more things came across on the way, and that helped me acquire more and more skills. And also I kind of aspired to get into the AI ML, which was back in the year 1990. I think 2019 to 2020, it was kind of peaking up, heating up. And then that's when I decided that I should get into a space. So I was working with a large multinational organization. And then in the year 2021, I switched to this particular company, took a role with a startup. And a startup is the best way to learn any new technology. And I challenged myself that okay, I would certainly learn and help grow this particular organization with the knowledge and with all of the experience which I have built over the years. And that's how I think I ended up into working in an AI company. And then in the last 4 years, pretty much I'm with this organization for last 4 years. We have worked on various things, solving a lot of real world problems, leveraging the AI. And and I think we are very proud that we are one of the very few companies who are really making a solid impact and delivering value, leveraging the agentic AI solutions. A lot of people in the industry today who talk about AI and delivering AI-based solutions, but there are more talks than the real value. And when it comes to delivering value to the customers, Auditoria.ai, I'm very fortunate that the team kind of what we have and the vision what we have, which to at which we are working to deliver more and more value. We are really, I think, taking AI as the core and the foundational to deliver more and more to our clients. So that's how I think I think I went overboard with the answer, but that's how I think my journey started, being a technologist, and then right now that's how I'm into the AI world and doing like lot of things within this space.
Yes, that's great. So, what, according to you, sir, what does the leadership in technology means to you in today's fast-changing world?
Okay, so I think you have two different questions, and I would answer it in both the in two different I think phases. That so the first phase about in today's world, right? Like leadership means that you have to really have all type of aspects built in. So there is a term called leadership qualities or leadership philosophies. One must have a philosophy to have to lead with like a lot of passion, to be very inquisitive, right? So we must learn every day. I think very important is that we are aware about the situation, aware about what is the context, so what is going on into the industry, what is going on across the world, and also that situational awareness is very important in the leadership world. And then based on all these things, how you are able to translate that on day-to-day decision making. So leadership is all about translating all your experience and leadership philosophies and leadership principles into the decisions, which impacts okay, the day-to-day operations, impacts the product, impacts everyone, right, who are working with you. So that's how I think today's world leadership means being aware about everything, what is going on, be it in the technology world, be it into, okay, the rapid innovation which is happening in the other areas, okay, which are helping the technology, be it about like, okay, really well versed into all of the AI related aspects, that what's going on within the AI space, and then and then using them to really deliver, build the next generation solutions. When it comes to what it takes to be okay, aware about the technological landscape in today's world, that's I think the second part of the question. That's very, very important as well, right? That as an individual, as a professional, as a student, I must say, or as anybody who is aware or who is knowledgeable enough to understand a bit about technology, there are a lot of flavors which the technology is offering today, right? Where that anybody who doesn't understand the technology can also learn and start to understand. Anybody who knows the technology at the moderate level, they can master their skills and they can get better at it. Anybody who knows the technology at the advanced level, right, they can continue to harness more and more, and even make advancements into their own knowledge, advancements into the technological sector, and then understand, learn a lot of things from doing the practical. I think solving the real world practical problems and doing a lot of practical innovations, right? One more thing which I must add in today's world, that moving fast across anything, right? Be it your leadership principles, be it the decision making, be it learning anything new and doing a proof of concept and delivering a solution. Moving fast is the key thing, right? That everywhere, if we do not move fast, if we do not show that agility and passion, we're going to fall behind. So that's I must say that is one of the things which we must be aware in today's world. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, yes, sir, you. So, sir, could you share some turning points in your professional journey that shaped your leadership style?
So yeah, there are many, there are many such events. I must say that, as I said, right, I started as a software engineer. So the very first job which I picked up, and I was very fortunate that I had a great team always, and I had like my managers so far all along, even today also our CEO. I'm kind of like, I have learned a lot of things and they supported me in whatever aspects I had. I think the biggest turning point, which I must say, there were like two or three turning points. So I would just answer them. That one of them was when I took a role in back in 2003 to move to South Korea. Right now, many of you, the students, right, I'm sure that maybe, I think some of you were not even born at that time, in 2003. And South Korea was even not known to me before that. I knew, okay, there is a country and all, but I think that was one of the turning point, that I took that role and I kind of went ahead and relocated to South Korea and worked there in Samsung. So that was one of the key pivotal moment for me, that I was not hesitant enough. Like, I took, I would say, you can just say, a confident bet on yourself. So I took that confident bet on myself, that I have the skills and I have all the qualities to be successful there. And I was really very much successful. Then came the second point, that when I came back again to India and I started working with a large MNC, there was an opportunity there as well, that where all the leadership, they were kind of, they asked me that, okay, are you willing to relocate again? And this time to the United States, to learn a lot of things, like learn the business context, learn from the people, learn from the learn like cultural aspects and all, and stay there, because that's how you learn, right? By interacting and staying and experiencing things.
Yes, sir.
And guess what, right? Even I had my family and all, they were all like ready, that okay, let's relocate. So we relocated. So that's another thing, that being flexible, right? Like, that was also a turning point, that once I went to the US, worked there for a year and a half and all, and came back, the I think a lot of things changed in my career, in my leadership style and all. And then I must say the third point, which was really the interesting and I would say the most exciting and challenging, was to leave a large corporate leadership role, a senior leadership role, and then take a role with a very very new startup, right? So that's like again taking challenging yourself and taking
Yes,
taking really really I would say odd bet on a startup and in order to grow that. So I must say that these three were the key turning points, and what I am today is all because of, I think, again, like lot of the things which worked out. But I I think the one key message which I want to give and share with everyone, that do not
yes,
hesitate to take a risk and take any challenge which comes your way. And that's what I did, right? In all these three instances, right? That challenge was given to me. I could have said no to all the three instances, right? That I was very much in my comfort zone. When I relocated to US, my son was in like, okay, fifth, sixth grade. So I had to kind of uh, disrupt his education and all those things and all. But whatever is the situation, you must be open to understand that, okay, how it is going to help you, and take that as a challenge in your career. You would learn, be it on the right side or be it on the wrong side, but the learning would come when you experience it. And that's what I think helped shape my own career and where I am today.
that's good to know, sir. You're all turning points. So, sir, as we all know that AI is evolving rapidly. Okay, so how do you see generative AI and agentic AI shaping the future of business, sir?
Uh, it is already started to shape it, right? So I'll again give you two different parts, right? Generative AI is the first, I would say, the era of the AI, where that, okay, where we are seeing that large language models, they started to become better and better. And it's not that AI got evolved in the last 2 3 years, right? Is artificial intelligence is there since the time when I was studying, right? We were working on a lot of different patterns and all back 25 26 years ago. So it's not a new field. The field got, okay, a lot of the buzz and the advancement because of the advancement into even in the hardware sector, right? So you see today that the lot of the hardware support which is provided to AI, because AI need lot of, I would say, the computing power. And that in order to have that computing power, you need large set and the faster machines, because AI needs to make decisions, right? Like how we think and make a decision. That's how. So we have human intelligence, AI have artificial intelligence. How do you build artificial intelligence? By providing lot of data, lot of inferences. That is why the term generative AI came from large language models. Why it is large, why it is language, and why it is called as model. The large means that the context is very large. That's where the computing power comes in, that you can, the model takes all the parameters pretty much available to it, which is like, you can say some models take 10 billion parameters, some take 7 billion parameters as an input. Then the language model is that you can interact with that model using any natural language. So you can ask questions the way how we are interacting. You can talk to the model. You can ask via the text one and all. So that's how the generative AI is thinking and generating the outcomes, the best outcomes based on whatever is the context, right? So, and if we apply the same generative AI context into the business space, it is shaping up a lot, because wherever, let's say that if I have to write an email, if I have to summarize something, if I have a large document and I have to find out that I have to do comparisons, I have to find out what is this document all about. I have to do a lot of the mundane task which a human would take time and kind of, okay, do it you can say at a slower pace. When it comes to the AI use, the AI can quickly and rapidly do all those jobs very very accurately and very very quickly, right? And the AI engine never sleeps, right? It works 24/7. So the businesses, what they started to do is that use generative AI to automate a lot of these smaller tasks with generative AI. Then came the era of agentic AI, right? So generative AI works with a very simple prompt, very, very easy interactions that, okay, like, okay, either OpenAI, Perplexity, Claude, or any other model and all. Everybody is providing, like, you just log in and interact with them. But that's not that's just the beginning, right? That's not the end of it. Okay, that you cannot solve a real good business problem just with a simple prompt or any prompt engineering. Then comes the agentic AI. What is agentic AI is that you use all of the concepts of the Gen AI, the generative AI, and then on top of that you add another deeper concepts, right? Where that there is a continuous learning which is happening, there is a fine tuning, there is a term called RAG, right? Which is also very very important, that how the agentic AI is learning. And then there are a lot of other contexts, the real business contexts, which are provided to the agentic AI. The outcome of the agentic AI is pretty much like the way how the human is doing a task, right? So, for example, the agentic AI would start to take more decisions because it has gone through like more, I would say, understanding of the real business problem, and then based on that, the outcome is to take a decision. So, for example, that you have an email which is coming in from one of your business associate, and on that email, if you would have to automate, what would you do as a human? That you would understand that, okay, this particular email is coming from so and so context, and then you would respond on that email, providing all the details. The same thing the agentic AI would do. The Gen AI would compose that email and keep it ready, but it won't take an action. The agentic AI would compose it accurately because the Gen AI would give you the ability to review, but the agentic AI would also work as an agent. That is why it is called as agentic AI. So, like how a agent is replying, answering calls, taking whatever actions based on any of the business workflows, the agentic AI is going to do. And in future, these agents will become more smarter and smarter, and they would start to replace. So today, like the way how we are talking as a human, slowly you will see that more and more agents would come in, and they would start to really talk the way how we are talking, right? So that's what the advancement which is going to happen. So we're just kind of, I think, at the tip of the iceberg, which means just this is the beginning of the agentic AI era.
Yes, yes. So, sir, I want to know that the young ones like me, the student like me, or the anyone, how can they prepare themselves for the career in AI?
Okay, yeah, I think this is a great question. And as I said, right, that anybody who knows basic English today, just the basic English, they can become an AI engineer, right? So there are two types of, I must say that, okay, there are two types of, I think, when it comes to work within the AI space, there are two types of roles. One is of the AI researchers. So AI researchers, what they're doing is they're building those models, making them smarter and all, right? And that's like a very, very specialized work and specialized area where you need like a PhD or a master's into the AI space and all, right? So that space is different. But when it comes to the application of the AI, the use of the AI, I think in that most of the I would say the engineers who are within the AI space, they fall into the second category. And as I mentioned, right, the second category is as easy as how you interact with anybody using English. If you are really good at using, like, okay, coming up with the right prompt, I'm sure all of you must have tried, like as I said, right, the OpenAI prompts. If you go and start to search, if you start to give more and more prompts to the OpenAI, it will start to give you exactly the outcome the way how you need, right? You can give some parameters, you can expect certain output parameters and all those things. And that's how you prepare yourself to become an AI engineer, that it is more about like how good you are at understanding the business problem and translating that into a good English. And then the English is going to give a lot of outcomes to you. So the English can give you outcomes in terms of the source code, which is like in our world today, right? All the applications, they are built using a source code. So the source code can be generated, but in order to generate that, you have to be smart enough to come up with the right prompt or the right input, and that input is given by the humans today. And that's what I must advise everybody to kind of start to think smartly about the situations, about the context, about becoming better and clear with whatever you're asking to the AI. And that's how you can eventually become an AI engineer. And not only like like not only that, okay, AI, anybody who are into engineering or who are into any of the science domains, they can only become the AI engineers, or they can only work within the AI companies. No, that's not true. Anybody, whomsoever in any stream, whomsoever is studying whatever area, there are various roles within the AI space. So one of the role which is very, very important, and which is very much relatable to all of the students who are here, into the commerce streams, is we call that as the data annotation and data labeling. I'm not sure if you have heard, but it is a very, very important role in the AI space. As I said, right, AI worked on the large language model. What is large? The large set is the data set. And who provides that data set? The data annotators, right? So the role of a data annotator in any AI company is very, very important, because the quality of data decides the quality of decisions the AI is taking. So that's one of the, I must say that one of the area which all the students can explore and start to understand. The another area is on the, like, today I'm sure that many of you interact with Google Voice or Alexa or any other okay, the
Okay.
voice based whatever device or the search engine. You know what is happening behind that engine? There is a large team which looks into those voice samples and then do all the labeling and annotations behind the scenes with all these companies, be it Amazon, be it Google, you take any company. There are a lot of team members who are working in order to correct or fix those I would say the wherever there are anomalies or misses into the engine, right? So that's another area. So there are, like this, there are various areas which the students can pick up. And as I said, right, mindset is very, very important, and having that mindset to get into the AI and bringing your own, like, I would say the best smart, being smart, right, is another thing which I must say that you, whatever you are doing, right, you have to be really smart in order to use the modern technology and the tools, and then do your work, because end of the day, whatever you deliver, that matters. How you deliver, I think in today's world, it is irrelevant. And how you do it, that's where the smartness comes in, right? So I must say that, yeah, you, all of you can be into any AI company uh, after you graduate, or any time in the near future.
So, sir, I want to know, like, how AI is revolutioning finance and accounting operation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and this is the area where we work on, so I can certainly talk a lot about it. So if I
Yes,
say
sir.
that, what happens at a high level, right? So the finance area is very, very vast, right? So you have a lot of different type of industries within the finance, right? So there is one type is like your banking industries and all, where the bank works. Another type is like, okay, the institutions, the government institutions which provides, right, the regulatory bodies and lot of things. The third type of institutions, or I would say the when it comes to the organizations, right, that how the organizations are using or having their own finance function. So I can talk about the finance function. Any company, they would have a finance department, right? Let's take any company who is like a little, I would say, a sizable in the numbers and in the volume. They would have a finance department. They would have a chief financial officer. We call that as the office of the CFO. Office of the CFO would have a lot of functionalities in order to manage the finances, in order to manage the budgets, in order to manage the forecast, in order to make sure that the things works accurately and there is nothing which is missed. Now, one very important function which where we serve is that you have a lot of customers of any company, like in the B2B world, business to business world, all the business is done via invoices, right? Where that, let's say, if anybody is purchasing things, you send an invoice, you deliver the services, send an invoice, and the payment is made. So the one party is a customer, one party is the vendor in that, right? So there are two businesses, right? Take an example that between two large enterprises, and when it comes to deal in that particular space, you have to have multiple things taken care into the finance function, that you have to maintain that you are not defaulting. Both parties are not defaulting on their own agreed payment term. Second thing, there is a timely payment. If you get a timely payment, then you know that you can use that particular money to invest more into your own teams, your own operations, and you can grow in like in the near future. So that's why that is very important. Third aspect which comes in is the compliance and the accuracies, right? That you have a lot of security regulations, you have a lot of compliance needs within the finance functions. Now, how AI is helping in all these aspects is, and all of you are like, okay, BCom students, so you know about all the accounting, okay,
Yes,
principles, receivables, accounts payables, and all, right? More of the balance sheet
sir.
terms and all. So when it comes to apply the AI behind these things is we are applying this on the various use cases, right? So the very first is that in the office of the CFO, you can pretty much have agents deployed in every department. Okay, the AI agents. Now, what is, as I said, the AI agent is pretty much like another team member in the office of the CFO. And how the work happens in the office of the CFO is that there are certain tasks for everybody, right? So let's say that if I am into the collections department, my task is to make sure that I get all the whatever the open invoices from all my customers, I get the payment on time. And if there are any issues, if there are any disputes, if there are anything which is kind of deviating from my own stated plan, then I start to act accordingly, right? So that's is what a human would do. Now we have implemented the agentic AI solution into it. It the agentic AI solution is doing exactly the same. It is interacting with the ERP, which is your system of record, because that's where you would have all your customer records, all your invoices, the dates, everything. It is interacting with your historical data. The AI understands that, okay, in the past, let's say that DSPS, PSR as an entity, if they have done business hundreds of the time, so I would have all the 100 records. I would have that, okay, when was the invoice issued? When was it paid, right? Human might Humans might remember only like the recent context. The AI would remember like the entire context. And that is where the AI becomes better and better over time as it learns more and more. And then in that space, let's say that if the AI is responsible as a collection agent, then it would do all the things, whatever we built into the agentic AI, and do it very, very accurately, be it from understanding the natural language, like the emails which comes from the customers that, okay, I'm going to pay it on so and so date. I have some concerns or disputes, then it would start to answer, reply accordingly. They would need a copy in order to pay, right? Sometimes like what happens that you deliver something and somebody says, okay, I've misplaced the copy of the invoice, can you send me that? Sometimes they would say, I would pay part payment, I would pay the remaining payment later. And also all those things are the actual business scenarios and the business decisions which the agentic AI is taking these days and working very, very accurately.
So, sir, I wanted to know, what according to you are some misconception about people have about AI in field of business or finance, sir?
I think if I talk about misconceptions, okay, the very, very important is that I think it is going to totally replace humans. I don't think so that it will replace humans. I think that is one of the biggest misconception everybody is having in the world. It is going to, I think, be a very, very good add-on, okay, or I would say add-on capability to make the humans better. That's how I must say, right? So that's the misconception which everybody needs to put it out, that it is not going to replace you. Rather, it is going to help you become better and achieve your results faster, right? So that's one of the misconceptions. Second misconception, which everybody I must say that must change, is that no matter whatever is the problem, if I throw AI at it, it will solve it. No, that's absolutely incorrect. As I mentioned right early on, that a lot of people are talking about AI and without even understanding that, okay, what is the real world problem, which can be broken into the sub problems, and then the AI can really help there, right? So that's how that's how I must say that these are the two key misconceptions people carry these days in any word, not just in the fintech word. And then you have to use the AI with a lot of care, right? One, okay, I'll give you one more misconception, or I would say it's a not a misconception, but it's a reality that you cannot send your real world data to the AI engines, right? Otherwise, what is going to happen that tomorrow you like, let's say if I send it my company's data, somebody else is searching, they would see my company's data in the public domain. So you have to be very, very careful and be aware about, okay, that how you are going to protect your data while that you are going to use all these modern technology and the tools. So AI is not going to solve every problem, and you cannot throw AI at everything, right? You have to really use your human intelligence and your own experience on in order to use the AI better. As I said, right, being smarter is the need. That's it. If you're smart enough to see, understand, and use the current technology and the tools, you will become better.
That's so nice. Okay, sir. So, how do you ensure your data security and ethics while working with AI solution?
Yeah, I think this is a good question, and so I'll answer again. There are two questions into it. Data security, as I said, right, very very important for us. So when we work with the AI engines, there are two different types of I would say AI solutions available in the market, right? One is that I can subscribe to the OpenAI or Claude or Gemini or anybody, right? Which all these big players who are providing the AI solutions over APIs. So with anything which I use with all these public, I would say the AI engine or the LLM providers, I must be careful in order to use a layer in order to filter out all my customer related data. So for example, let's say that I get a real word data from so and so customer, then whenever we send it to AI, we put a layer where it filters out all the real data and replaces that with all the, like, okay, a fake, or you can say just a neutralized data, which we call it. And then we once the AI response comes back, then we again reassemble that back with the real data, and that's how we protect. So the data never leaves our boundaries. That is one. The second thing is that we deploy the AI engines within our own data centers, which means that, okay, take it like, okay, that you have your laptop and that is not connected with internet, assume it that way. We deploy the AI solutions within our server so that it never leaves. Okay, it is not available outside of where I want it to work, which is like on my own system. And in that, you have full control. You have, like, you use the GPU, you host any model on top of it, and then you use that model in order to get your work done. So in that, everything is in your control when it comes to the security. Data security in the technological world, not in I would say technological era today, right? Be it social media, be it anything else, it is very, very important, right? We all know that how important, and with more and more advancements into the AI, this is even more important. Now, the second
Yes,
question, second part of the question is around ethical AI, right? How we use and all.
yes, sir.
So I think the the way how the LLMs are designed, right? As I said, the AI researchers who work, they use the ethical AI as a concept in order to build the AI engine, so that when they are trained, when they are building these engines and all, they are not having any type of bias, right? Be it like a regional
Yes, sir.
bias, or be it anything, right? A data bias, or be it like a specific domain bias that, okay, if I interact with AI, okay, it'll give me better results for finance versus, let's say, travel industry. No. So that's where I think the ethical part comes in, that fundamentally all of the AI, the LLMs, the models, which we call it, they're all built on top of the ethical AI concepts. And there is another concept called as responsible AI, right? Being building those models using those okay, responsible AI concepts also, so that you are taking care of all of the aspects, and without any bias, without any judgment, you provide whatever the understanding you have, whatever is the problem people are asking, you provide the solutions accordingly.
Okay. So, sir, we want to know that how do you handle situations when innovation meet resistance from traditional mindset?
Very important. I think this was, as I said, right, this is one of the reason that lot of the startups are doing a way more faster innovation in today's world than any of the big traditional players, right? uh, the mindset, as I said, right, the mindset is very important earlier also, that you have to embrace the today's technology. And if you do not move fast, if you're if you want to wait and kind of watch and do not move fast and do not want to try and experiment and innovate with whatever is changing today in within the technologies space, you're going to fall behind. And I must say that, okay, if somebody who doesn't have that type of mindset and who is not ready to change, they're certainly going to fall behind. Uh, be it like, okay, an individual, be it a student, be it like a professional, or be it like a large corporate, right? There are many corporates today who are like saying, "Oh no, we don't want to use AI because AI is going to eat all our data and all." But no, as I said, right, you have to have the right practices in order to secure your data, but you must use the AI at I would say scale, so that you can become better, right? With the AI, there are a lot of things you can do 5x, 10x better today.
Aditi, may I ask a couple of questions, if
Yes,
you
sir,
allow?
you may.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You may.
Sandeep, how is Auditoria structured in terms of
Uh,
global organization?
Okay, so Auditoria, yes, a great question. So we are headquartered in the Bay Area, which is in the SFO. So we have our CEO and CPO, who are the co-founders, right? They lead the organization overall um, as an executive, I think, as a leadership team. And then we are all part of the leadership team, right? I am kind of VP and head of the engineering and head of India. I am part of the executive leadership team, reports directly into the CEO. And so as we have a VP for marketing, we have a VP for sales, we have a CTO, and I would say a chief of our AI, because in today's world, right, having any a member of okay, anybody who is responsible for the innovation, that person has to be the best person who knows how to innovate using all of the AI based technology in today's world. So that's how we are structured at the leadership level. And then when it comes to the next levels, we have respective teams, right? So there are like engineering teams. There are okay, within the engineering, there are like different functions. Then there are sales team. Within the sales, there are different functions. Within marketing, there are different functions, and so on. Within the product management, there are different functions, and also that's how we are structured across. And we are I think about 100 members, 50 in India, 50 in US, and all, and very we still call ourselves as a lean organization when it comes,
Fair point, fair
and
point. That's how a product company mostly are structured. And so basically, the sales side is in the US and the
yeah.
operation side is in India,
Not the operations,
or
but I would say
development
most
side.
of the technological, yeah, the technology is like most of the teams within the technology, they are in India. Not that, okay, there is nothing in US as well. We do have a good team in US, but yeah, the majority is in India because of, I think, again, the kind of
And
talent availability.
one
And
more curiosity I had, that your product works on both the AP and AR side.
yeah.
But $39 billion healthcare industry is missing, where you have provider and payer both, and receivables are in the percentages of 94%, 92%, huge gap between what a hospital bills and what a payer pays, and not a single client with Auditoria.
No, we do have. So in the okay, so by the way, our clients today, we have clients from all type of industry. We have some of the, I think, largest hospital chains in the US, they are our clients.
Like,
We have some of the, like, okay, the healthcare providers, right? Really large volume healthcare providers with like millions of invoices every year, right? That's the volume at which we operate today, because we are by the way, we do not call ourselves as a startup anymore. We call ourselves as an enterprise grade startup, like enterprise startup, because we are.
Because what was touching me was, in case you handle L1, L2, L3 support of only healthcare industry, half of RCM industry in India will be wiped off.
Correct. Yeah. And that's how I think that's how we are able to get a lot of traction. If you see our growth trajectory, in the last year, 2 years, okay, we are growing like, okay, very, very rapidly. And that's the reason that we are, I think the product is very much in demand, because we are able to replace all of like L1, L2, lot of the humans and the agents, they work 24/7. There are a lot of I think accuracy which is started to get into the effect within the agentic AI space, so that they're becoming better over a period. and and really helping the businesses grow, and like, okay, as you said, right, reduce their either the churn in revenue or reduce the cycle time of the revenue, so that we call it as a days DSO, days sales outstanding, right? That's one
Mhm.
of the metrics everybody tracks.
Mhm.
The shorter we make that, the better it is for everybody, right? Both ways, that uh, okay, the
So
customers, vendors, they
where
would be
should all these
happy.
people, where should all these thousands and lakhs of people go?
No, they won't go anywhere, right? That's not what I said, right? That they won't go anywhere. You would still need people, which is there is a term called human in the loop, right? Which we call it as HIL, or HITL in many uh, of the agentic AI spaces. So that HITL is going to remain. Now, what is going to happen with that? Not that all the humans would be there, but many of them would then take the adjacent roles, right? So let's say that in a team of 10 today who are working in within the AR and AP space, we deploy the agentic AI solution, then the other five are going to take on the work on the different other departments, and they are certainly going to reskill themselves, right? That's why I said, like, learning has to happen every day for everybody, and then you can start to, instead of you doing a traditional AR and AP type of a work, then you start to do a work on top of the agentic AI, and you would have more and more opportunities, right? Just to give you a perspective, that when all the robots came, like within the manufacturing industries and all, like, okay, many years ago, everybody thought that, okay, all the human power and all the human labor would become like, okay, nobody would be using it. Everything will be done by machines. But come, like, okay, maybe 30, 40 years from there to now, right? We have more employment available on the earth, and more people are working in various industries, right? Same thing is going to happen with the AI era, that we're talking about, that AI is going to replace. No, AI is going to aid more and more abilities to the humans, so that tomorrow they are going to work on more industries and more different types of jobs.
And in Auditoria, how do you make money broadly? I don't want specifics, but broadly,
Yeah, the
how do you
same way,
make money?
right? Like, it's like this, right? So when we deploy an agent, right, we have a subscription fee, annual subscription fee, like how any B2B SaaS
Hmm.
company would have it, right? You take any B2B SaaS company, they would have an annual subscription fee based on the volume, and
And
that's
then you
that's
expose your
exactly how
product to
we
them,
we make money. Sorry, what
and,
was that?
and then you expose your product to them.
Yeah, we provide our solutions like as a SaaS product, right? Which is like, it is available online,
And
software as a service.
any further subscriptions also?
Yeah, they do. They do then, okay, buy more and more. So once a client
Okay.
starts with us, they implement on one particular area. Let's say they start with AP, then they would buy AR, and then once they are on AR and AP, then they would buy like smart research. They would buy, okay, the other accruals pieces and the other areas as well.
And beyond a point, client cannot do without you, and you are secure.
That's that's how everybody is working on, right? So that's what you call it as a, so in the business world, that is called as a sticky factor, right? If you build your product to be very, very sticky in the market, you win the race, right? And
I know, I
and
know.
and that's what even we are trying to do. So why not, right? You have to create your own moat, right? And if you don't have that moat, you don't have a differentiator, anybody can replace you, right? In today's world, you have to certainly hold your competitive advantage. And if you don't hold your competitive advantages, you don't have any IP, intellectual property, then you will become obsolete in market. Like, as I said, right? Somebody will come and disrupt you in no time, right? And we have
Yes,
seen that with large companies, right?
obviously,
Nokia
obviously.
got disrupted by Apple.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now one last thought. DSPSR has a bright pool of students who are into computer sciences, who are doing BCA and as you said, tagging. I like that concept. Bright students. So, are there projects available with Auditoria where we can engage our students meaningfully for you
Yeah,
initially?
yeah, certainly,
And
certainly. Yeah,
in case you like them,
yeah.
and probably they can be of use to you after their completion of their education.
Yes, yes, absolutely. We do have that, as I
There
said.
will be loyalty factor, there will be camaraderie, there will be, I mean, somebody to go to in case attrition, because in product companies, attrition is the biggest issue. So attrition will be taken care of, and a lot of soft factors which go in building a great organization. Where in India is your center?
We are in Hyderabad.
You're in Hyderabad, though. That's not an issue. Hyderabad is not very far.
Yeah, we are in Hyderabad, and as I mentioned, right, that we need lot of the fresh minds as well on the team. So as we are growing, right, we have grown significantly over the last 1 year, and we are going to even grow like to 2x 3x in our own employee size, and we would need all the fresh minds. So I can certainly work with your team
There
to.
is one more thing in DSPSR that we have tied up with an organization called Skillance. They're also a product company like yours, a startup. What they basically do is that they act as a bridge between you and us. So they will get in touch with someone from you, from your organization in HR, and take the typical skill sets which are required in your organization when a person is actually sitting on the seat.
Mhm,
Then what they do is that they develop a curriculum around it, and there is a progressive training of the student on that course. Let's say, for example, machine learning. On machine learning, you say that we need good people in machine learning. So they will take requirements from you, develop a curriculum, and no strings attached to you, right?
mhm.
And they will coach our students on machine learning. Then those students will do project with you, and then in case you like them, after 2 years or 3 years, probably you can absorb them, and they will be at much lower cost than the talent which you get in Gachibowli, Hyderabad.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
sure, certainly.
I know how
Yeah,
it in the IT industry works.
yeah.
The cost of resource is a heavy thing to carry in a
Yeah,
place
yeah,
like
yeah.
Hyderabad.
That's, I think, the biggest cost for any technology company. If you say
Yeah,
that, okay, the people cost is the biggest cost, and that's what, like, we call it as a investment on the talent. So
exactly.
in order to build that next, I think the pipeline for the talent, we have various programs, and we can certainly work on the next steps, that okay, how we can get, like, and I think the one best way how we evaluate the students is via the internship programs. And also we started to do more and more internships at for the very various roles what we have and all, and that's like, I think everybody is welcomed. And soon we are also going to launch our own hackathon programs, where that
Okay.
students, anybody who's was done either BCA or even anything within the technology space, or even not in the technology space, as I said, as long as
Yeah, generally people
you,
come from
yeah,
commerce also into technology.
yeah,
I've seen
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. As long as you're good at solving a business problem and using AI, and the AI can generate a lot of code and build like the proof of concept. That's what we look forward from the any of the hackathon which we do. So we also do hire people based on the hackathons and how they perform. So it's in today's world,
what
right?
is usual hackathon score which you take?
We don't have any score or anything yet. That
Any
okay.
breakdown? I mean, a baseline.
We don't we take it based on the outcome of like how you are able to solve the problem and present. So
Okay.
we don't do any scoring at all. We have our own evaluation. So we use a
Okay.
platform in order to get like, okay, some of the initial things done, but later on, then let's say whatever the finalist or the few set of teams which are selected finally, they would then directly interact, work with our team in order to go through that evaluation part, and then we would just
Got
shortlist
it. Got it.
people.
So you basically look at the methodology instead of of the ultimate score of hackathon.
Yeah, we don't. Because there are, as I said, right, in today's world, the whatever we know today, that those things are not going to be relevant tomorrow. So it's mainly about
Hmm.
the overall
So true.
smartness, that how you can learn something new immediately and how you can implement that, and
Shed your
then
skin.
let's say how you are
Shed your
you are
skin very fast.
adaptable to shed your skin very fast and adaptable to the change in future.
Plus, DSPSR is also going through a CRC transformation, an initiative where we are binding all our alumni of last 25 years, and they are also in technology space, and most of them work in startups, and many of them work on AI side, because these days those regular your VBA Visual Basic days are gone. I mean, these days
Yeah.
everything is
Absolutely.
happening on new technologies, cloud,
Yeah.
etc. Right?
Yeah.
That tool also is available to the associated organizations who work along with DSPSR. So what happens is that in there have been instances where technology companies have approached DSPSR, and we have approached our alumni, and the gelling has been very nice at a very reasonable price compared to you taking an unknown person. Are you there, Sandeep?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
listening. Yeah.
So that is one more thing I thought let me share with you so that you have it in your mind that we have a huge alumni
And
which is
and
in
certainly
technology
we can,
space.
yeah, we can dig deeper into these areas, that what is your like, okay, overall curriculum and availability of the talent pool. And as I said, right, there is we don't like, we have various roles. It's not just about being an AI engineer. There are like data annotation, there are like data labeling roles. We have QA roles, right? The quality engineers, we have automation roles, we have different, we have roles into the product management, right? Where we hire people from the accounting background, and there's no better person than anybody who is like a BCom graduate to take on some of those
Of
roles,
course,
right? We have
you are in FP&A process technology company.
FP&A
So
process as well, right? In
right.
future.
So
Yeah,
accounting is the core to your business actually.
core. Yes. That's why we are into the office of the CFO. So the
Hmm.
accounting is the foundation, or I think the
Foundation. Right.
fundamental skill which we need.
Any reason of choosing this finance stream, not something else in AI?
That's I think mainly driven by the vision of our founders, right?
Okay.
That
Okay.
they
Okay. Okay.
they started they so okay. Our CEO, he's a serial entrepreneur, so he had a company earlier into the security space, and then I think that company was acquired by Oracle. Then before that, he worked in a very different streams as a business leader. So he had seen different streams, and then in the 2019 when he started and came up with this whole vision of automating the finance function. I think what you said, right? His vision was that today the finance back office people, right? They are under like, there are a lot of manual processes which takes place. There's a
Biggest
lot
thing
of
is error.
friction.
Biggest thing is error. Error rate
Not
is very
only
high if it
error,
is manual.
I think error is one part, that there are a lot of tools which can solve, but more than the error, I think it is the amount of pressure, the amount of, I think the whatever, the lack of availability of good assistive tools which can help, okay, improve their productivity and deliver things faster and better. That is missing. So the lot of the back office people, they kind of suffer, or you can say, right, there are a lot of,
And biggest thing I see is standardization.
yeah,
Now, if it is manual, then the I would say that the competency level of the organization is equal to the competency level of that individual. Now,
person, yeah,
if
correct,
that person is having a low IQ, then
low
whole
IQ,
organization brands falls down. But
correct.
when it is technology driven, there is a great standardization. I mean, everything will be dealt in a particular way. You can't
Mhm.
deviate. You can't change a
Yes.
figure.
Yes.
But in manual, what happens is that it becomes person specific, and that is very dangerous for new age businesses.
Mhm. Yes, yes, absolutely. And you are right. And that's why I think our founders, they chose to be into the fintech space.
Okay, I'm done, Aditi. Over to you.
I have a
Thank you,
question,
sir.
ma'am. Hello,
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Oh,
am I audible?
Ishita, how are you?
Good evening, sir.
Good
Good
evening.
evening,
Call me
Dhyan,
Dhyan.
sir.
Call me Dhyan. Sandeep is here.
Good evening, Sandeep, sir, again.
Yeah, good evening.
And, sir, I really pay you heartfelt thanks for accepting our invitation. The session was really wonderful, and the way you answer all such questions was really appreciable, sir. Sir, majorly questions was based on AI. So one question randomly clicked on my mind related to AI again. So this question is not only perspective of students, but as a whole, who are having a skill gap or not skill oriented, we can say. So what we see in India, we often talk about the existing skill gap among the younger generation.
Hmm.
Nowadays, many students seem to be heavily dependent on AI tools like ChatGPT. We although know that using ChatGPT can make our work streamlined, but sometimes over reliance and over dependency can hamper their own skill development. So, in your opinion, how far is AI, including ChatGPT, truly useful for shaping their career of today's youth? And sir, second question, what risk do you foresee if they don't use it in a prudent and balanced way?
I think you answered the question yourself, right? So the second part is the answer of the first part, right? That you cannot fully like see AI, the large language models, anything the Gen AI, it's learning fast, right? It's becoming better. It's not at the scale or I would say the IQ level of a human. It is doing certain tasks only in certain areas, which is like okay, 1% or 0.05% of the entire universe areas. So it is not that, okay, we can truly depend on the AI. We must use AI as an assistant to ourselves, right? I must say that if I'm bringing one, then I must bring AI as another one and make it as one and one as 11, not as two. That's how I think we should use the AI. So being smart is the key. Again, I would go back to that how you're thinking every day in every situation and not like over relying and depending on the AI so that you kind of start to forget the basics, right? Otherwise, what is going to
Yeah,
happen?
exactly.
That yeah, like
So
you
this
answered
is
the
what
second
I
thing.
just want to
Yeah,
make you understand that basically the students who are over dependent on AI like ChatGPT, they don't
yeah.
use their own skill. If
No, no,
the
you have
basic
to.
is
You must use that, right? So use. I must say that okay, use AI to do a lot of things, but then just take it back and do the same thing without AI as well. So let's say that you're
yeah,
working on a balance sheet and you have to balance a lot of things and all. Use AI, but then do that on yourself also just to match it up because that's how you become better, right? The human intelligence has to be superior than the artificial intelligence. Then only you are successful. Then only you are you will be labeled as a smart person using the AI, not like okay, a person who is like a dumb person who is totally dependent on the AI. So that's how the balance has to be striked.
yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And again, I'm appreciating the way you answered and looking forward to hear you again, but offline.
Sure. Thank you, everyone. And okay, I wish you all the best.
Good
And
evening, sir. Myself, Dr. Himkan. Sir, I have a query.
sure,
Sir,
sure.
many students today chase a trending career like AI and data science. Sir,
Mhm.
in your opinion, is it wiser to follow industry trends or build
Yes.
a long-term expertise in one domain?
No, no. So I think the students of today they do not have they are just still acquiring skills, right? And they do not have any area where that they are master of, right? For example, so I must advise that today's students they must pick the area which is connected to the tomorrow's world, which is like going to be a lot dependent on the AI. So anybody
Right, sir, right.
who is looking to build their career in AI, they must go all in order to learn, acquire those skills, and build the career. Because in that case, then they don't have any second choice. It's like their first choice. And then if let's say somebody who is already working and has an experience of 5 to 10 years and they are working in different area and want to switch to the AI side, as I said, you can switch any day. I've done that after 21, 22 years of working in other areas to get into the AI world.
Right, sir.
It
Right.
is on you that how much inquisite you are, right? How much you can learn and use that learning in order to translate that back into whatever deliverables, whatever outcomes you are going to produce. So that's what I would advise, that you can chase any area as long as you have that passion to make that as your own.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Good
All right.
evening, Sandeep
Yeah.
sir,
Yeah.
and also my apologies. My light just went out, so I had to turn on my video using my phone torch like this. My name is Komal Shrawat, sir. I must say your session has been truly enriching. With your permission, sir, may I ask a question?
So
Yes, sir. So just now you answered Ishita ma'am that human intelligence must be greater than AI, right? So if AI becomes self-learning beyond human control or human intelligence, then do you see it as an opportunity or a threat?
see, the one thing, let me again, the misconception, that will never happen, right?
Oh,
The humans are, as I said, the AI researchers are building these AI tools and the AI engines, and somebody who is using their own intelligence to put all these things together in a better and accurate or a faster manner, so that we can use more and more. There is a future term which is being worked on, right? Which is called as a like even an advancement within an AI, which is called as a GAI, right? Which is like a generative AI space, which means that the AI is going to become even more powerful in order to do a lot of things autonomous. But again, that autonomy would be controlled, because somebody who has built that backend for that, they would be in control. For example, right, I'll give you an example that if you tend to search on Google, right, today, Google search, there is a team which is continuously monitoring. It is not like, okay, getting, or it is not going to give you a content which is not inappropriate, right? So there is lot of human control which would always be in place, even though we provide lot of tools and all. Another example is our own mobile phones and all. There are a lot of things which we are controlling on the phone, right? Putting the security logs, we know how to use things, and also the phone is not like you're not going to put the phone to answer the calls automatically, right? You can just answer like a pre-recorded message, but you cannot converse fully, right? In
yes.
future, the AI can start to do that, but again, the human would have the control, right? So that, like, I would relate that back with the automation word, the factory based automation, that no matter there are hundreds of robots working, like okay, there's a term called dark factories these days in China, where okay, only the robots are working, but you know that outside of that dark factory, there are a lot of people sitting in order to just stop and control those robots. So that is always going to happen, right? That there will be humans who would control and who would advance their own thought process, and more innovations are going to come forward.
Yes, right, sir. I have one more question, sir. AI
So
is built on logic, right? Yet leadership requires an emotional intelligence. So, how do you personally balance logic and intuition while making high stakes decisions?
very good question. I think as a leader, right, you have to have a balance between your IQ and your EQ, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
I must say that it depends what type of a decision you are making. As a
Right.
leader, the most important part I mentioned in the beginning, that you have to take decisions, and you have to take faster decisions, like quicker decisions. Decision can be right or wrong, right? It
Right.
doesn't matter, right? Nobody can say, right? Not even any leader, either a leader of the country, leader of a company, leader of a family, anybody, right? They cannot say that they are taking all right decisions. No, nobody on the
Right.
earth takes right decisions. It's only that how accurately you start, or how quickly you start to learn from your whatever decisions you have taken, be it right or wrong, and use that in the next decision making, and try to strike a balance between EQ and IQ. right?
Yes, right.
You cannot have, okay, always that say that, okay, I will not use one and use the other, or the vice versa, right? In sometimes you have to bring more EQ, sometimes you have to bring more IQ to
Right.
take the decisions.
Right, sir.
And
Thank you,
Komal,
sir. Yes, sir.
Just to add to what Sandeep said,
Yes, sir.
there is a factor called intention.
Yes, sir. Right.
Now, let us say a professor teaches you how to make a PNL in the class.
Okay.
You bunk the class, you're on the stairs with your boyfriend or girlfriend. You go to
Okay.
Tapri and have tea. And one day before the exam, you go to ChatGPT and pull out how to make PNL. It's not an AI issue.
Yes,
It is
sir.
an issue which concerns your internal self, which means that you
Right.
have not studied. And
Yes,
now
sir.
you are taking support of AI to make a PNL. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So PNL helps. Sorry, AI helps.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you don't work on yourself, AI is not a magic wand.
Right, sir. Right.
AI is basically an automation thing in software industry,
Right,
which
sir.
which earlier happened in factories. Automation happened, and manual machines were done away with, and automatic machines came in. Today, the entire workflow is automated.
Yeah.
Whether you make chips or whether you make nuts or whether you make Macs, whatever. Same way is happening is in software industry now. So earlier, the programmers who used to write programs, there are tools available who do low-end job of those programmers, and some of the machine learning part is also there. Where, for example, on Instagram, if you follow someone, you will see more and more of his reels, more and more of his type of reels.
Right, sir.
Right. So Instagram learns from you your usage patterns. Same goes
Right.
with Facebook. Same goes with other interventions.
Yes, sir.
So they are all, for example, in bank, there'll be some Natasha or Batasha to help you. You write a question
Right.
and then Batasha will tell you that, okay, you have to do this.
Right, right,
Okay.
sir.
Now, all these things are done by AI, but they cannot replace the hard work which you are required to do. The grind which a student has to go through, he has to go through.
Yes.
Otherwise, trust
Yes, sir.
me,
Definitely.
this is a general message to all the students of DSPSR. You are
Yes,
not
sir.
going to make any cut in life in case you don't
Yeah.
learn to work hard.
Yeah.
Yes,
Again,
The
true, sir. True.
see the key principles I must advise that, okay, you have to work smarter, you have to work harder, you
Harder.
have to be committed to whatever you do, and certainly enjoy the, like, okay, life as well. It's not that, okay,
Yes.
you put all in like 23 hours working and 1 hour on not doing anything and all. That's also not good. So striking that right balance, that is where, like, okay, work smarter and faster and better and harder, right? That's
Yes.
like use both hard and smart work together, mix it
Yes.
up. That's the demand for today's world.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. That's all
कोमल
from
अब
my
आप पढ़ाई करोगे कि नहीं?
side. Thank you,
चैट
Dhyan, sir.
जीपीटी से कुछ नहीं होने
And
वाला
thank
मैडम, पढ़ना
yes, sir.
पड़ेगा.
Yes. जी, sir. जी, बिल्कुल. Thank you, Dhyan, sir. And thank you, Sandeep,
Okay.
sir. That was very insightful. Thank you for the session.
Thank
Yes,
you.
over to you, Tanisha.
We are truly grateful for the presence of our distinguished speaker, Mr. Sandeep Maharia, sir. Your valuable insights and contribution have made this session highly meaningful for all of us. On behalf of DSPSR, I sincerely thank Mr. Sandeep Maharia, sir, for sharing your time and knowledge with us, and Ms. Aditi for moderating the session so gracefully. My gratitude also goes to our respected dignitaries, faculty members, and my fellow students for making this event a success. Thank you all and have a wonderful evening ahead.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sandeep, for
everyone.
coming.
Thank you.
I and
Thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Singh will be in touch with you even after this call.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. And thank you, Aditi, for making it easy. And thank you, Dhyan, sir. I must call you Dhyan. That, okay,
Thank
making
you,
it
sir.
really fun and interactive. I appreciate that
Okay.
camaraderie. Take care. Bye.
Have
Good
a nice
night.
day, man.
Thank you,
Bye bye.
Sandeep.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
sir. Have a nice day, sir.